Good morning, everybody. End of month, end of May. Wow, world is moving forward fast. Okay, oil way up. SPX was down based on that. It was up Monday, and now yesterday SPX futures were up. And then they came down. Now they're moving back up a little bit, and then we see what happens. Right? Did it just drop 22 again, Omid? Hold on. So yeah, SPX back down 23. But the NASDAQ futures have gone up. NASDAQ futures are up. Okay, so let's see how that plays out. We just care about Tesla and the SUSA. Those two things go up, we're sitting pretty. So and the whole week becomes free. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about some keys to making money. Okay, first thing, don't lie to yourself. If you have a $5,000 account and you put in $5 grand, it can go to zero. Every position can go to zero, and whose fault it is? It's your fault. Okay? Figure out what your real risk is. You divide it by 5 weeks, divide it by 5 plays. And you should never be doing any more than that. And on a small account, you need to go slow. And there's a lot of slow play. How about the 20-cent play? You go buy 2 contracts of the 20-cent Avago. It's a $40 play. They went to $4. You know, you can do that. You don't have to get big. Everybody thinks they can go big. And here's the fallacy of going big. This is what clowns say. This is how clowns trade. They're like, oh, I can buy Amazon at $11 and I'll sell it at 10. You can't sell it at 10. The spread is too wide. You can't sell it at 10. You cannot buy an SPX option from anywhere from 5 to higher and get out and make money. You can't do that. It doesn't work. You can't do 8 SPX trades a day. Only fools do that shit. Okay? It doesn't work. It doesn't work making 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents. Okay? I'm telling you. Tried all that stuff many, many years ago till I finally figured it out. Okay? You have to let things run. You have to find them, and you have to go slow. And you have to build your account. So it doesn't matter if you have a $100,000 account or you have a $5 million account. Just because you have a $5 million account and you're doing a trade for $5,000, if it goes down, are you upset? A lot of people get upset still. They're like, I lost $5 grand. Then that means that trade is too big for you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Grow your account slowly and then take a shot when you're ready, like an Avago shot, right? And then things do well. And it's okay to sit and rest and wait. Okay? It happens. Okay, today SPX down 22. Now it's 26. NASDAQ just went negative again. Do we go positive? I don't know. They're going to sell stuff based on this oil. And let's say oil at some point stops and drops $2. Then maybe it comes right back down. And then the market goes right back up. Don't know. Then we see. By the numbers, 4132, 4109. If it breaks 4100, you're still okay all the way down to 4000. But if it breaks 4000, you're right back to where you were. Okay? Upside 4221. 4221. Very hard for SPX to go up today if they're selling a bunch of this stuff. Okay? It just doesn't happen. Doesn't mean the NASDAQ doesn't go. That's different. Okay, NVIDIA, 191, 209. 209 is a beast number. It was on the way down. It is on the way up. Okay? So then we see. Okay? Hold on a second. Okay. Hold on, I'm moving around here. Okay, Lam Research. Very nice day, Friday. Very nice day. Okay, 542, but then you got 500 on the downside. And if the market starts to collapse, this will break 500 pretty fast. Okay? Didn't say it's going to happen. I said if the market starts to collapse. 2 different things. TTD, nice move. How about that? 50 cent closed out at 250. That went very nice. So here's the logic. And the logic is very simple. Okay? And you start to use simple logic. Don't look at your charts. Don't ask anybody. The logic is simple. Okay? TTD is at 53, 52, and Snap warns. And it implies that the TTD is going to be bad and everybody's ad numbers are bad. But then TTD comes out and they reaffirm guidance. They said, no, our numbers are fine. So why wouldn't it go back to 52, 53? And it did. It did. And there were 50 cents. That was a small account, monster, simple logic play. The logic was simple. It should go back to where it was because it's unaffected. That's it. Don't need to overthink it. Don't need to look at a chart. Don't need to look at anything. Very straightforward. Avago. Here's the Avago thing. They're going to go buy a company and spend a lot of money. Well, the market is heading lower. The market's heading lower. So they take it down, they take it down, they take it down a ton. But now they start taking it up. So where should it go back to? They're taking it back up and chips are getting better. So where should it go back to? It should go back to 588. That was the logic on buying the 580s and the 560s. It should go back to where it was. And it did. Now the market doesn't always work like that, but that's the logic. Okay? CrowdStrike. This was at 200, 220. Now their PEs are high. But Zscaler ripped on earnings. PanW ripped on earnings. CrowdStrike, in theory, should rip on earnings. So if he takes CrowdStrike down today or tomorrow, I'm going to go buy it for earnings. And it should pop back up. Then we see, then we see, then we see. Okay? Interesting, interesting, interesting. Very straightforward. PanW, 521, big number on it. MDB earnings. Now, there's a time, was it last, I think it was last quarter, where they had earnings and it didn't move. But then the next week it moved, and the next 3 weeks it moved up 80 points. So add a week if you need to. This HUSA is squeezing. If they squeeze this 660, 670, very possible, then we see Amazon is up. Amazon is up. It looks a little bit better. Now, two theories on Amazon. One is retail sales go down. They're going to have a lot of trouble. They're going to have extra warehouses, and they told you things are going to shit. But then the other side of it is, if everything gets more expensive, I'm going to go buy it on Amazon because it's a little bit cheaper. Interesting, right? So then you see. Snow, 121 down, 136 up. Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs broke through this 326, but not with force. But if the banks start going back up again, this looks like 132. NOW looks a little bit better, 481, 500. Costco went back up positive, right? So now you got 466 down, you got 472 up. Shop, a little bit better. I still like Shop lower. But right now with Amazon and everything else up, not right now. Then we see. If it gets up to 400, then we'll see. Google, 2,300. And so now Google was the same thing as TTD. Google went down 100 points that day, so it should go back up 100 points, and it did. Okay, Tesla, trying to go. Can it get through 782? If it can get through 782, it can run. UPST looks a little bit better. They still have it on the balance sheet. And that's what we know. Okay, let me move this up here. Okay, comments, questions. Target numbers. Target, targets avoid. Why are you going to buy Target? Don't play things like this. I mean, it's a little bit better, 172, but it can go back to 150 if everything goes to shit again. I mean, play the things. Just because something misses and it goes down 60% or 50% doesn't mean it's good. UPST went from 400 to 200, and people kept buying, and we bought it. And then it went to shit and went to 50. Can't buy stuff that's bad. Eurocore CPI is bad. Who knows? Powell and Biden meeting this. Here's the thing. he's going to have to fix stuff, and you can fix stuff if you do it correct. You don't come out and say, I'm going to raise rates for the next 20 years. If you're going to go raise rates, just go raise rates. Be done with. Just go raise rates. Avago earnings tonight, don't know. Have to see. SPX down 20. There we go. That's what we know. Everybody have a great trading day. See you in chat.